Welcome back to another episode of Beyond Broken Hungry. But this is a special episode because it is the season finale of season 1.
I think she's hilarious, you guys.
I know I'm hilarious. So there's that. Anyway, let's start off with an insult. Recording this finale is pretty sad. It's also a pain in the ass because we literally had to start and stop Zoom 3 times before we could get it right.
Yeah, this is going really well for us.
Yeah, I think it's both a user error and also a product error. I think it is weird. There's wrongs on both ends, but it's all good.
Definitely our fault. We do not blame you. We 100% blame ourselves.
Whatever.
First time Ellen's phone died. Second time, Dara pulled out her headphones. Third time, Dara pulled out her headphones again.
Yeah, the third time Dara found out her headphones weren't actually plugged in because she pulled them out of her computer. And now we're here. So my response at first for this first question that we were asking was so much more heartfelt, and now I've said it 18 times, so it's not going to sound as heartfelt, but no, it's coming from the heart. But this time, Ellen, we'll start with you. So how are you feeling about this being our season 1 finale?
Honestly, it's kind of bittersweet, but I'm more excited than anything. Because I think now that we have a season under our belt, we've been able to learn so much, but now in future seasons, we can really dig in deeper on the topics that we are discussing. And so I'm really excited for all the stuff that we are going to work on, and all of the interviews that we're going to have and all that stuff in the future. So I'm honestly super pumped. I'm a little sad that that season 1 is over, but great things to come. What about you?
Absolutely. I'm a little sad face. But also, like you said, just excited as well. This has been a really fun journey to be on, if you will, and be able to talk to these people and share with those of the audience that wants to listen. I mean, I've had a handful of friends and family listen to the podcast and tune in and have really good things to say, and feel like they've gotten really good advice from the people that we have had on and that we've asked questions to, and motivation from us ourselves. So it's really comforting and awesome to know that we have a message that is important to say, and that there's people out there that want to listen, and we want to keep your ears busy. So we're excited that this is ending for season 1, but like I said, it's just the beginning. So we've got a lot to look forward to.
100%. I'm super pumped I'm already so excited for season 2. We were kind of spitballing before this, talking some ideas, and I think it's going to be rad.
It'll be GREAT. Great.
Wow. So what was the most valuable lesson that you learned, Dara, this season?
I think for me, what I took out of everything, everyone that we talked with, everybody that we interviewed, and listening to them over and over and over again, I really feel like the biggest takeaway is that in order to have the success that you want to have with your finances, with your career, with your personal self, with your spiritual self, with whatever you want to do workout wise, if you want to lift, if you want to box, you want to do yoga, whatever, it's persistence and patience. And with those 2 things, you can accomplish anything that you want to put your mind to. And that was really powerful, for me, because I've not ever been a patient person. It's been a very hard journey for me to get to this point where I can understand that if I want things in my life to change, I have to be patient and I have to be persistent. And if I'm not persistent, things are going to get wobbly and I'm going to fall off the path or fall off the wagon. And if I'm not patient, then I might quit I might quit when there's 2 more steps ahead of me before I get to that next level. So just making sure to do that and keeping my best foot forward. That is probably the biggest thing that I have been taking away from all of these interviews. What about you, Ellen?
I think for me, what I learned the most, or at least learned to appreciate the most, was that every person's journey is completely different. And what works for one person may not be the right fit for someone else. And so it's so important to get to know your body to figure out what kind of workouts that you should be doing, what kind of nutrition you should be kind of implementing. But also, it even comes down to how important your relationships are, and in order to develop yourself, I think this kind of comes down a little bit to the COVID-19 episode where we were talking about this a bit. But I think that your relationships are really important with helping keep you on track too. We talked a couple times throughout the season about accountability and all that stuff. But I think the biggest thing was realizing that everybody is different. Everybody has different values. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's goals are different. And to figure out what yours are and how to kind of hone in on that, for myself, has been really great.
Yeah,
So.
Absolutely. Well, accountability is so important. I mean, if you are not holding yourself accountable to do the things that you need to do in order to achieve the success that you want to achieve, it's not going to happen. And sometimes you need that person to, to say like, hey, you want to go for a walk with me, or you want to go for a bike ride? And that person going with you makes you go and makes you make it happen. Or, having that friend, especially right now because of COVID-19 still going on, like the gyms still aren't open. So having that friend that you can say, hey, you want to hop on a Zoom and do a 30-minute workout with me? Because if I don't have somebody to just do it with me, I might not do it myself, So that's, I think that that's an awesome takeaway and to take from all of this as well.
Speaking of, how have the tips that we learned this season throughout all of our different interviews and episodes, what have you learned that's really fed into the way that you have handled COVID-19 and the coronavirus and how that's affected your life?
It's a good question. So I guess just one of the main things I took away from is persistence and patience. Patience, because this is going to be over soon. This is temporary, and then persistence on the sense of keeping my schedule so that I, in my head, can stay sane, because, I am a musician. I play around the Northeast Florida area, and the weekends I'm not doing that right now. So I'm kind of taking that time to relax, because it's not something I normally do, but to also, keep a routine and keep a schedule, and staying strict with that is so important because, you need to keep moving your body. Just because the rest of the world has stopped and you can't go to the bars like you used to go to, or go to the gym like you used to go to, or even go, just go out to eat or anything like that. You can't do that. But you can control some things, and making sure that you have that routine. We just talked about accountability, having somebody that is going to hold you accountable to do the workouts that you say that you're going to do, or to do them with you, or, things like that. So it's really been just making sure that I stick with that routine, because we talk about that over and over and over again, about how routine is so important in order to keep yourself on the path of success. What about you?
100%. Mine's really, really similar, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've learned how important that routine is to keeping my head on straight. And I don't even want to say like the term that's been coming up a lot, and one that I've been using myself, like staying sane during quarantine, but really thriving instead of just surviving through quarantine.
Yes.
So what I've been doing is I have a pretty strict schedule. My job has become a little more like flexible. So I'm still working, but I'll have a few hours in the day where there isn't really anything going on some days. Some days I'm working into the night. And so it just depends. And so that part's a little hard with routine, but in the morning, I get up, I take my dog for a walk, I come back, I have some coffee, I read my Bible, and then make some breakfast for myself and all that stuff. And that every morning, and working out in the afternoon to kind of break up my day, all of these things have really helped me keep my head on straight. But with that extra time that I've been running into, I've been able to like get creative again. I've done a bunch of DIY projects because I'm going to move soon. And I know that this isn't as targeted towards like a specific piece of advice that we received throughout the season. But one thing that almost every person mentioned was routine. And I know that especially in these times, it's so important to have a routine and to have some sort of consistency so that you can stay motivated and not feel like you're just plateauing,
right?
Or just kind of skating through it till it's over. Because I know a lot of people that have told me, well, the first 2 weeks I just lived in sweatpants, watched a bunch of TV and ate a lot of popcorn, and then I realized this was still going to keep going. So
yeah. So then I had to be like, oh, I guess I had to actually be a human being during this time. Weird.
Damn it. So yeah, I think that it's important to take that time to take care of your body. Like I've been taking my dog on 2 walks a day and working out, and those little pieces of exercise have been making me feel so much better too.
Oh yeah.
And making me a little bit less likely to just bake 17 batches of chocolate chip cookies. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, same here with the whole routine thing. I mean, it kind of stunk the last couple weeks because I hurt my foot. So I wasn't really able to do the boxing program that I had been doing and the lifting stuff that I was, doing with my 5-pound weights and my giant fish statue that I found in my apartment. But I was still, it didn't hurt me so much to go walk on the beach or ride my bike. So I was just waking up in the morning the last couple weeks, walking down to the pier and back on the beach, which is about 2 miles altogether, and then bike riding for an hour. So that's been kind of just what I do every day for the last couple weeks, but when I'm not injured.
Yeah.
But even then, even if that was the only thing that I did, that would be fine because I'm staying active and I'm moving my body, and altogether that's 2 hours of work, when in reality most of the time my workouts are only 30 minutes. So now I've with this extra time, I'm like, well, I have time. Let's go on another walk. Like, let's go on another bike ride. Like, let's do that instead of just, sit around. I had a friend tell me that he never had Netflix until now. And, he's been kind of like watching TV and stuff like that, but that was like never his thing. And, until now. And I watch Netflix every now and then and here and again. And there's a couple shows that I'm watching, but I'm not one of those people that can binge watch for too long. Like maybe one day, like every 4 months, like I'll sit at home and just binge watch a TV show or whatever. But for the most part, it's more like I'll watch 1, maybe 2 episodes if they're 30-minute episodes, and then I'll go to bed. So that's, so I've been trying to maintain a more active lifestyle just in general. Like the other day I rode my bike to Publix to pick up, to grab lunch instead of like getting fast food or having delivery. So that way I got some active in. And then I also got, I got a salad. So like, just trying to make those little tiny adjustments where I can here and there that really go a long way in the end.
Yeah, it's all about the little tweaks. Because I think that if you kind of look at your life from the outside, you can see more of what you're doing rather than, like, to be honest, I have been having more screen time. I've been watching more TV since being in quarantine. But I still like have all of these things that I'm checking off my to-do list, you know, and things that I've been able to plan and prepare for. So as I'm going through my day and going through my routine, I know that, you know what, at least even though I kind of feel just like a piece of crap sitting, like I feel like all I'm doing is sitting on the couch, when really the only time I've sat on the couch today is for like 2 hours, which sounds like a lot. And it would be any other time, but right now there's just not that much going on.
Right.
And so it's like, if I just remember all the things that I'm doing right, and, you know, I am making my bed, I'm going on at least 2 walks, like playing outside with my dog, I am doing a workout, making healthy food. Like, I can't tell you I haven't eaten out since before quarantine.
Yeah.
So like, I got takeout with my parents one time while I was with them in Michigan. So when we got like 5 guys, but other than that, I mean, I've been cooking every single meal, which has been really good for me.
Oh yeah.
You know, cooking your own meals is always healthier. So I think this is turning into another COVID episode, but that's okay, because this is the world that we're living in.
Yeah, this is what's going on right now. Like, it's not like I'm like, yeah, I went to the gym the other day, like back squatted 150. Like, no, it's like, you know, we just literally can't do much really right now. But I mean, like you said, just it's staying as active as possible. And you know what I've realized too during this time is that it really doesn't take that long to do some of the chores that you need to do around your house. Like, if you really come down, like there are some days when I look at my list and it looks like it's like so long. Like, it looks like it's a page and a half long, and I'm flying through checking things off.
Everything takes like 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, like I really thought that was going to take up like all of my day. But
especially considering I put it off for 2.5 months.
Right?
You
and then it's done in 6 minutes, and you're like, holy wow, okay, all right. And then but at the end of the day, you're like, wow, I did so much today. And you're like, oh my God, it's only 8:30. What?
Exactly.
Like, I still have like downtime. Like, this is nuts. This is weird.
Dara, let's talk a little bit about what's coming next.
So what you guys can expect for moving forward is season 2 is going to be we're going to dive a little bit more of what we've been talking about. Season 1 was just a little bit more vague on what self-care and living a well and balanced life means in general. And now we want to kind of dive into it a little bit. So in season 2, we're going to be talking to some more nutrition specialists and physical therapists, personal trainers, kind of getting a more deeper perspective of what the nutrition and physical aspect of your wellness truly is. So that's kind of what we're going to be, the direction we'll be going into, and then we'll tell you about season 3 when season 2 is done. But that's
a plan already. We've been scheming.
Yes, but that's what's coming up. That's what's coming up next. So we're going to dive a little bit more into nutrition and its importance, and then also your physical self as well, with your working out and different things that you can do to keep your body active.
So definitely excited to kind of focus and hone in on nutrition and fitness and all of that. And, you know, each season now will be more targeted so we can really deeply attack these topics and focus on not just, okay, this is what being healthy looks like in general, but rather to dig a little bit deeper as to what that means, and some different ways to go about it. So we're really excited for what's to come.
Absolutely.
But anyways, we love you guys so much. And it's kind of sad to wrap this up. It's all bittersweet.
It's not good. It's not goodbye. It's see you later.
But we love you guys, and we're pumped for what's to come, and we hope that you are too. If you aren't following us on Instagram, that is the social media that we're the most active on.
Mm-hmm.
And we will continue to be active on that after this season ends. So please follow us on there and tag us, send us any ideas that you might have. You can shoot us an email.
If you want to talk, if you want to be a part of one of our episodes, please feel free to reach out beyondbrokeandhungry@gmail.com, and we'll see how we can get you on the schedule and chit chat with you on whatever topic you're a specialist or that you feel you have a lot of experience and advice to give in, because we definitely we have people that we're going to be reaching out to, obviously, but if you guys want to talk with us, we want to hear from you. We want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you don't have to be an expert in general. Like, this is all something that we are learning together, and we're so happy that we get to do this alongside you guys, and that we're learning, you're learning, and we can all kind of help each other out. So we're so pumped for season 2, but for now, it's a see you later. And again, check us out on Insta. We'll see you soon.
Bye guys. Okay. Take freaking 3. Oh my goodness.
937. Oh my gosh. I think
I'm keeping that in the recording, by the way.